It's beyond the Wirral, and we have left the peninsula to go and look for a castle that is no longer there. In fact, it didn't exist for over 300 years. It was built in the 13th century and demolished in 1720. So if it's not here, then how can we find it? Find out later. But we are here at the end or start of Castle Street in Liverpool. The castle occupied this whole area of Derby Square, the entrance being on the approach from Castle Street, and the back turret is where the Victoria Monument is now. After the castle was here, this square also occupied St George's Church up until about 1900, but that's another story. So let's have a look at this 1848 OS map of Derby Square, and right in the middle is the mentioned St George's Church, which you've seen a picture of. Very different to as it is now. No Victoria Monument. Victoria Monument would be in the bottom right hand corner of this map. St George's Crescent is still there. Number 1 Derby Square office block is here, and Lord Street is straight ahead. Castle Street to the left, where we came in before. The James Street station is down to the centre bottom there. And over to the right is where the law courts are now. In fact, on that picture of St George's Church, you can actually see the original customs house in the background. So now let's have a look at the area where the castle would have been. Slightly different angle. Castle Street on the bottom right here going off. And this is where the entrance, the gatehouse to the castle was. As you can see, not very big if you know Derby Square. Lord Street off down to the left where New Tower was. And here where the Victoria Monument is here, right in the middle of that is the prison tower. In fact, almost at the same place where Victoria statue is standing now. Off to the left, the law courts, and straight ahead is where James Street station would be now. Fenwick Street off to the right. So here we have a painting of Liverpool. So there is Derby Square, right there. I would take it that Lord Street would practically go down, follow this line down here to where the actual pool, the Liverpool of water, came in. So that place there, that's roughly where Church Street meets Lord Street and Whitechapel here. That's basically where the river used to be in what is quite a natural dip now. Down this way here, Man Island would be at the bottom here. This here was what we'd now call Castle Street, coming out from the castle down here. So I am guessing that this would be Dale Street and the town hall would be here. I'm guessing this here is Tybarn Street, which is going up and curving around. And this bottom piece here is Chapel Street. Obviously going, you can see actually how far up the water came. So St Nicholas's Church is right here. So this would be where the Strand is now, where you drive along, and that's straight onto the beach, straight onto the seafront, right there. So you can see how much has been man-made and built out. So if you were at the bottom of there on the Strand, obviously the Liver buildings would be right out in the middle of the River Mersey. So you can see how much it's been built out. Exchange Square is here, and this would be Old Hall Street going out here, and lots of fields. Speaking of all the fields, look at all the fields around here. All of the buildings are basically on the main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 roads, something like that. How things have changed. This here is the monument of where the castle once stood. But to go and find the new replica, we have to travel 30 miles outside of Liverpool. So we leave Liverpool, enter Knowsley, then into St Helens, Warrington, then into Manchester somewhere, and eventually arriving in Rivington, near Bolton. Just before arriving at Liverpool Castle, we see these 2 pylons, and reference to Lord Leverhulme as we enter Lever Park. So this is a replica of Liverpool Castle, built by Lord Leverhulme. He of Lever Brothers. Let's go in through the main gate. He had it built here as it was of similar terrain to the one that was in Liverpool. It was never supposed to be a complete rebuild, but built to replicate the ruin. But due to his death, a complete replica of the ruin was never obtained. So here we are approaching the entrance to Liverpool Castle. So if we were here in Castle Street right now, this exactly, at this point, this is exactly what you would have seen in front of you. So let's go in and have a look around. So let's go in through the main gate. So here we are in the back turret. So the back right turret is where the Victoria statue is. There we go. In Derby Square right now. Here is inside the turret. Over on this far side, the back left, is right next to the lake here. Similar to position to where the Mersey would have been. Look at this here, fireplace. So just in from the main gate, over this direction here, we'll be down towards James Street Station, down that way. Over to the left would have been where the Queen Victoria Monument is. Over there would be the Queen Elizabeth Crown Court. Over here would be where Liverpool 1 is now. As we head down this direction, this would be going down towards Lord Street, down towards Church Street, where all the shops are. And if we turn round and look back towards the entrance on the inside, then the Derby Square office block would be in front of you here, and then straight down the entrance, if we were to look down this entrance here, that would be the aptly named Castle Street with the town hall in the distance.